Amen. Amen. I am honored to be the mother of this, our speaker. I say that with just filled with, whew. Really? You see why? She keeps me on my toes. I'm always smiling. But to know that she knows God is an awesome feeling. And this ain't something that she just learned. She was yay high when we was driving to Houston preaching to keep me entertained so I would stay woke. So to say that she knows God, she does. And he uses her and moves in her in a mighty, mighty way. He uses her to teach her friends and to talk to her friends about God. He uses her as an example of what not to be like. We say a lot of times when you walk in a room, you can see God in her. And that's how her friends see her. So I want you all to stand on your feet and welcome my baby, Miss Gabby Rush.
Good morning. I'm going to jump right into it in a word of prayer. God, thank you for waking us up this morning and starting us on our day. Thank you for giving us safe traveling grace to and from our destinations. And I ask you just to use me in a mighty way. Sit me down and you stand up and just, Lord, I'm nervous. So please just help me make it through this. All right, amen. Okay, I'm coming out of the book of Jonah, but I decided to do something a little different to explain. I don't know if I think y'all hear me say this a lot, but I try to, because the Bible be confusing me, so I try to get a clear understanding as best as I can. So go ahead, Carlos.
So Jonah decided that he was going down to a place called Joppa. Then he went on down to the shipyard. He went on down to the ticket office and got him a ticket. And he went on his way to a place called Tosh. Then he went on down on the bottom of the deck, got over in the corner. Fast asleep. But what he didn't know when he laid down, God was looking right at him. God was looking at him. But God didn't bother him. All God did was he called the wind and he told the wind, I want you to blow. And he told the thunder, I want you to roll. And he told the lightning, I want you to flash. And he told the time, stand up real high. For I've got a child that's trying to run and think he can hide. And about that time
So I got a better understanding out of that. Y'all can be seated. So basically, what I'm going to talk about today, I titled it too. So the title is Right is Right and Left is Wrong. So we all have two paths when in life. About any decision you make, you have a path. You have a left and you have a right. And one path is always going to be better than the other path, or always going to be right. And we all have two paths in front of us when it comes to life decisions. And if we don't ask God and pray and choose our path wisely, the outcome can be catastrophic. So I'm going to talk about 4 things. And I'm going to talk about first about self-pity. Then the second thing I want to talk about is making the best out of your situation. The third thing I want to talk about is setting goals and accomplishments. And the final, proving everybody wrong when God was always right. So first, self-pity. My mama always comes in after work and she be talking and she be like, oh, this person doing this, or your sister, she going through this, and I be looking at her, and she gets upset because I be like, I don't know what you want me to do. So she always, Gabrielle, why you always gotta act like that? And I'm like, And I always talk to my granny. I go and talk to my granny. I always tell her, I said, it's not that I'm being insensitive. It's just people they take their own paths. They make their own decisions, and each person's decision leads to another decision, and it leads to an outcome. And so I try to live by that, especially because of what I went through as a kid, and I could have turned out so differently. And that's what I try to get people to understand. That's why I don't have pity or self-pity or pity on other people, because your mama can be a crackhead and your daddy can be a drug dealer, and you can become the president if you want to. So you make your own path. You shouldn't have self-pity on yourself, because God ain't gonna have pity on you. Then the second thing, making the best out of your situation. For example, my mom, you a good part of this story. My mom left when I was about 11, about to turn 12, probably, I think. And from that point up until when she came home, which I was 17, a lot of things could have went wrong between 11 and 17. First thing could have went wrong. When she first left, I was what? 5th grade. I don't know if y'all noticed, but this generation is a little advanced. There's a lot going on. So I'll throw 13 out there. I could have dropped out of school. And then within dropping out of school, I could have did drugs. I could have sold drugs. I could have became pregnant. She say that all the time. Oh, I'm so happy. You made it to 19 and I'm being pregnant, which is a good thing. A lot of things could have went wrong, but the path that I took, I didn't go left, I went right. And I went right and not left. So I made the decision. I took control of the steering wheel in my life, though the circumstances. I didn't have self-pity. I made the best out of my situation. Setting goals and accomplishments. When you know your situation and you hear like a lot of doubt in your head from other people, you set a goal for each thing. Well, my mom left But that's okay, though. I'm still going to go to school. So when I write her, I could tell her about this and I could tell her about that. And I set a goal, oh, I'm going to play sports. I'm going to do good in sports. I'm going to send her pictures. I'm going to stay in ROTC. I'm going to send her my ranks. And it was like that to keep, now don't get me wrong, I wasn't a straight A student, don't get me wrong. But I set little goals for myself and accomplishments. I didn't have self-pity. I made the best out of my situation. I set a goal. This is my favorite, proving everybody wrong and when God was always right. Ooh, it be your families, it be. I know my granny always say, ain't nobody gonna treat you how your mama treat you. Yeah. My dad always say, ain't nobody gonna love you how your parents love you. And I didn't know how right they was until I was firsthand with it. Your family loves you, but they love you to a certain point. They take you in, but there's always an intention of taking that person in. Yeah, they have kids of their own, and they're going to treat their kids like their kids. They might say, oh, I treat her like my own. Da, da, da. Nobody going to love you how your parents love you. Nobody's going to treat you how your parents treat you, and I had to learn that and not be mad about it. Because, I'm not that person's daughter, and that's just what it was. But let's go to Jonah. Jonah, I feel like Jonah had two paths as well. He could have listened to God and took the path that God made for him. He laid down the gravel, the concrete, put a rose bush over there. He made it look nice, and he laid a path for him to take. But Jonah took the one with the thorns and the twigs and the dead roses and the snakes and the wind, and he took that path. And with him taking that path, well, first of all, the man got swallowed by a big fish. He should have just went right all the way. Like, he didn't even go left. He went back. Like, he didn't even go left. So, within saying that, Jonah, God had a path for him. Each of us have a path that God makes for us, specifically for us. Can't nobody else walk your path, down your path, because it's made for you. And God made a path for Jonah. And sometimes in life, we know the path that God makes for us, and we're scared of that path. We're scared of losing people, losing money, losing ourselves, comfortable in what we already are. So we don't want to go down that path. So we go left. This path look more chill over here. Ain't a lot going on. My friends at the corner waiting for me down this path. So we go down that path. And I feel like Jonah, he was like, well, left is the easy way out. I just buy this ticket right here, going up there, meet old girl, all this and this, So that seemed like it was the easy way out. But God seen him like he see us. He was looking, he was watching, he was waiting. And I'm going to say this. Going right leads to this. Going right, you didn't have a stable home, but you stayed in school, which leads to you going to college, which leads to you getting a degree, which leads to you having a career, a great career / job, good paying job, which leads to you finding a husband that's making money like you making money, which leads to you being successful. Left. You didn't have a stable home. You went to school. You dropped out of school, which leads to you selling or using drugs, which leads to you hanging out, being around bad people, which leads to you doing criminal things, which leads to you going to jail, which leads to you having a record, which leads to you not being able to find or keep a job, which leads to you have to have money, you got to find money. So then you go back to those criminal things. Petty thefts will lead to you destruction. And within life, we have to recognize those kind of paths. We got to look ahead. We got, well, I'm gonna look down here. Well, right, look kind of, it look a little cool. I like that. Then left, I don't know, y'all. That cat look kind of suspicious. I don't know about that one. We have to look and we have to be aware of our path and listen when God, cause it's his little voice. I don't know if y'all be hearing it. I know I hear it, but it's a little voice back here that be talking to you. I don't know, I can't make out the voice, but it be talking, and I hear it, and it's always gonna be that voice in the back of your head. Oh, well, come on, we gonna go over here real quick. Oh, I got school. Yeah. Well, it's okay, we're just gonna be gone for a little bit. We're just gonna go right here. Don't you do it. Don't go. And be like, who is that? And then, well, all right, y'all gonna say, don't you do it? Amen. And then you think, and you're like, well, nah, it's cool. I'll catch y'all after school. Catch y'all after school. I ain't do that. I didn't listen to that voice. I'm just saying that. I ain't listen all the time. But I heard it. And I recognized it. And now it makes it so much harder to do stuff you're not supposed to do, because that voice seems like it's yelling at you now. Like at first it was whispering, it was but now it's yelling at you. You like, dang. You didn't even let me think about if I wanted to do it or not. So, like, dang, can I think about it first? And this past week, I had two of one of my classmates pass away, and one was in a shooting, and one was in a car accident, and then another one went to the hospital. And in the same week, the car accident happened Wednesday, and the other one happened Thursday. And I knew both of them pretty well. And with the case with the shooting, was right by my school, my old school, like right across the street, because his house is over there, and he lived over there, and he was trying to break up a fight. They was fighting, and he tried to break it up, and then till they let out multiple, like not just pow pow, it was multiple gunshots, and it even went inside the man's home. He was sitting on his computer on Facebook and came through the house, and it shot him, and trying to break up a fight, trying to be that one to say, y'all, this ain't cool. Stop this. And now my whole school is in mourning, and they're like, well, like why? But sometimes it takes that one sacrifice to make everybody else open their eyes and see. This is what's going on. This is real. This is the path that y'all are taking. The two guys were caught, 18, both of them. Their life is thrown away now. You got charged with murder. On other charges, that's the path. They took left instead of right. But it's always gonna be that, whether, oh, should I buy this $100 wig? Should I take the left path or the right path? I know I got my car note on Friday. That's like $80. Should I take the left or the right? It's always gonna be a path that you gotta take that leads. Now, I bought the wig. My mama said I shouldn't have. I just couldn't help it. I bought the wig. It was a lace frontal. I bought it. Yeah, I bought it. It is. It's that time. She was like, really, Gabrielle? I was like, Mama, I memorized my card number. At first, I didn't know. So if it was across the room, I'd be like, I ain't gonna get it, I ain't gonna buy it. I memorized it. So I did it in the bed. Yeah. So it's okay, though. It's all right. I would be cute. Be cute. But I'm gonna close this out saying this. So I just remembered something. Okay, recently one of my mom's friends had. Well, first of all, I don't have any other friends. I don't know what you want me to do. One of my mom's friends had, this is like 2 months ago maybe, prophesied to me that somebody in my circle or like a group of friends was gonna betray me. And I was like, well, I only really hang out with like 2 people. And she was like, well, I don't know, that's what she said. And I was like, okay. And my left eye kept on jumping. And I was like, Mama, my eye keep jumping. I don't know why. She was like, do you need to go to the doctor? I was like, I don't know. So I Googled it. And Google said, when your left eye jumps, either, what did it say? It says when your left eye jumps, somebody is going to betray you. Basically, to sum it up, that's what it said. And I was like, oh, okay. Ooh. So I kind of like threw it, brushed it off, threw it back. And every time my left eye jumped, I was like, dang. Maybe I'm schizophrenic or something. I don't know what's going on. So that night, one of my friends came over. I have a girlfriend and a guy friend, and she came over, and I had told her about it. She's like, well, you know it ain't gonna be me. You know, I'm loyal all the way. And I was like, yeah, girl, I don't know. I know it ain't gonna be you. I know. And the same night I went with her and I hung out with her, and she talks to this dude. I don't like him. She talks to this dude or whatever, and I went out with her, whatever. And when it was time for me to leave to go back home, she asked me to run her to the corner store and come back before I left. And I left my phone in the house on the charger. And when I came back, it was gone. And I was like, well, I need a GPS home, so I need my phone. And I tore the whole place up, couldn't find it. But the only person that was in that room next to my phone was the guy that she talked to. So I was like, yo, so-and-so. I was like, oh, you see my phone? He was like, no, I ain't seen it. I spent 2 hours looking for that phone. And then, at that point, I was getting, the non-Jesus side was coming out. I was getting a little frustrated. And I said, say, man, if you got my phone, just give it to me, man. If you got it, just squash it, give me my phone. And he's like, he got livid. Oh, I ain't got your phone. I ain't got it. And then the whole time, I have the lights on looking for my phone, and she says, are you done with these lights? And I looked at her. I had a Danielle moment. That one. I looked at her, and I said, huh? She said, are you done with these lights? I'm trying to go to sleep. I said a few words. I'm sorry. And I was like, well, I can't get home without my phone. I can't GPS. She didn't offer to rob me or nothing. So, jump ahead, I stopped talking to her. Mutual, we were mutual, but I stopped talking to her. And And then recently came up, she sells hair and she sells lashes, and I wanted some lashes, and I texted her and I asked her whenever she restocks, can I buy some? She was like, yeah, sure. We haven't talked in like weeks, and I seen another girl lash, and I was like, them cute, them look a little better than them, so I'm gonna get these. But I told her, because even though we had that spat, I still supported her business and helped her out any way I could. So I said, I'm not gonna buy from you this week. I'm gonna buy another. I'm gonna buy another time. And she was like, okay. And when she seen that I had bought lashes from another girl, she goes off. She's talking about me on social media, and the whole time I didn't think she knew why I stopped talking to her, but she did. And she was like, she stopped talking to me because she thought I was gonna stop talking to this dude, and da 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 da. I was like, okay. So I told her, I said, when you wanna talk, you have my number. You didn't have to do this on Instagram, because I could have got ratchet, but I didn't. Ratchet with a capital R, but I didn't. I promise y'all I didn't. And now I don't talk to her no more. But I think of that night as pathwise. I do. Because I could have easily forgave her, and then I could have continued to be treated as if not a good friend to her, because I was a good friend. I could have been treated any kind of way. I could have fought her. I wanted to. I could have did all these things, but it showed. I look at myself as growth, because I could have did a lot of things to that girl, and and then it bothered me, but it was to the point to where, you know what, it is what it is. I'm gonna pray for you. I had an Alicia moment too, and I'm just grateful for right, amen. I'm just grateful for the people that I surround myself with now. Anytime my eye jump, I pay attention. Like, whew, that threw me. Anytime I just surround myself with people that I can trust and pay attention to the path that God made just for me, with the gravel and the cement and the rosemary bushes and not the thorns. And let me see if I'm missing something. I got a checklist. I think this is all. I'm gonna repeat this one last time, because it came from my head and my heart. We all have two paths in front of us when it comes to life decisions. And if we don't ask God and pray and choose our path wisely, the outcome can be catastrophic. The doors of the church are open.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.